And good evening, everyone, and welcome into Harmon Field here in Wapakoneta, Ohio, where tonight the Wapakoneta Redskins host the Bellefontaine Chieftains. I'm Dan Hirn along with Paul Sadler. Paul, it's a night you've been waiting for all summer long. It's the start of the 2013 football season.
Yeah, it's a very exciting weekend. You know, college football, some games started last night, and Friday night under the lights starts right now.
The Chieftains will put the ball on the tee and get set to start tonight's ball game. The Redskins will bring their offense out onto the field first. Kick is a short one, squib kick. It'll be fielded just inside the 35-yard line. And that's where the Redskins will take over. That's one of the tight ends, Jared Smith.
Yeah, and you know, Walpock has some dangerous people deep, and obviously, you know, Bellefontaine decided let's play it safe, the squib kick, and prevent a long return.
Coach Fry in his fourth season here as the Redskins head coach. The Redskins coming off a 7-3 campaign last year, and they throttled this Bellefontaine team in last year's meeting. First handoff will go off the left side, up across the 35 and close to the 39-yard line. Before finally being brought down is Adam Henderson, the running back, junior, 6 foot 165.
And obviously, you know, the first game, you're going to hear some new names. You know, Henderson was a player who played a lot on defense last year and also had some carries earlier in the year on offense.
In last year's meeting, the Redskins totaled 470 total yards, 380 of that, 88 of that came on the ground. So they were in command the whole way. Here's Zach Schmerge. He goes up across the 45 up to midfield and picks up the first down of the 2013 season for the Redskins.
And the drawback of that squib kick is one first down later, and the Redskins are already at midfield.
Cody Morgan, number 14, junior quarterback for the Redskins. He takes the snap, hands off Schmerge left side. He'll go across midfield into Chieftain territory to the 47-yard line.
And just some second effort right there by Schmerge. He was actually hit right off the bat by the Bellefontaine defense. Kiri Ginn was right there, but he was able to push forward for about a 3-yard gain.
That's the style of runner that he is, really. I mean, he's kind of a brute force kind of guy.
Oh, very much so, and obviously we don't have film on it, but he had an incredible touchdown run against Minster in their last scrimmage.
Here's the handoff going around the right side, and I believe that was John Eaton.
Eaton's going to be one of the new names that we're talking about in the three-headed backfield for Walpock. You have Schmerge and Henderson, who's got some experience, and then John Eaton, a junior, you know, getting some of his first varsity experience.
Morgan was kind of forced into duties at the quarterback spot last year due to some injuries, but that could be a benefit to the Redskins this season.
Yeah, definitely so, and I'm sure we can talk a little bit more in detail as this game goes on. And Coach Fry gets a timeout as the clock was running down there on the play clock.
10 minutes remaining here in the first quarter, and a timeout on the field. We'll take a timeout as well. You're watching Wapakoneta Redskins football on TSC.
High-speed internet.
TSC offers 5 high-speed internet packages, and we have one that's just right for you, no matter how much or how little you use the internet.
24/7 free local technical support, and if you require a service call, you'll be pleased to know that we keep our appointments.
Bundle your high-speed internet with your phone and cable and save big money with our Emerge plan.
Ask about high-speed internet from TSC today.
Give us a call and see. It's easy as 1, 2, 3, call TSC.
9:59 remaining first quarter. The Redskins is set for a 3rd down and 2 at the Bellefontaine 42-yard line.
And don't look for anything really, you know, special here. You know, one of the strong points of this team coming back is their offensive line. 4 of the 5 are returning starters with Harrison, Gonnerman, Rankin, and Carpenter. And then Blake Fenning is also in there at left tackle, and he's the biggest of them all at 6'4", 285.
Posada wide to the far side left. Handoff Schmerge left side, and he bowls his way. Lost the ball, and it'll be recovered by Bellefontaine inside the 40-yard line at the 36.
Yeah, Daniel Boy able to jump on that loose ball. Schmerge had the first down, but for a team that led the WBL last year in the plus-minus turnover ratio in Wapakoneta, the first turnover of the year is on them.
So the Chieftains will get the ball for the first time here in the first quarter. They're coming off a 1-8 season last year, but a new head man, and that's Toby Smith. We'll talk a little bit about him. He's at his first year at the helm here in Bellefontaine.
Yeah, but obviously a long time and accomplished coach at West Liberty Salem.
Out of the spread formation, and we'll see that a lot. They put a man in motion across the backfield. Kennedy corrals the high snap, and a handoff goes off the right side for a couple of yards.
And that's their single back right there, Jordan Boffman, a 5'8", 190-pound junior. Those two are going to be the two big ball carriers that we're going to see. And the big wide receiver that we're going to look for is number 2, A.J. Gorham, a 6'2" senior.
And Gorham is lined up on the slot on the near side. And as you see all the time with the spread offense, they will get into the spot and then look to the sideline for the play call before going ahead with the play. 2nd down and 7 now, and a timeout going to be called. This one's going to be taken by Bellefontaine, so some confusion early for the Bellefontaine offense. 9:21 remaining first quarter, and the Redskins and the Chieftains scoreless here at Harmon Field. You are watching high school football on Game Face Ohio.
Who do I call?
Since 1946, home and business owners have trusted Frost Roofing to help make the best roofing decision for their home building and budget.
Do you guarantee your work?
With an industry-leading 50-year labor and materials guarantee on select CertainTeed shingles, Frost Roofing has you covered.
So, what if I decide to move?
Frost will transfer this incredible warranty to the new owners, increasing the value of your home.
Church, home, or business, Frost Roofing offers you the comfort of knowing your roofing system is guaranteed by a professional roofing contractor.
9:21 remaining first quarter, 2nd down and 7 for the Chieftains as they took a timeout following their first play. Toby Smith, the new head man at Bellefontaine, and some growing pains, obviously, with instituting a new offense. Kennedy out of the shotgun. He'll roll over to the right, looking downfield. That one incomplete. He was looking for Gorham. And a first down near the midfield stripe.
Yeah, and number 23, Kane Kuhn, we're almost thinking Johnny Crawford right there after one of the more successful Redskins that graduated last year. And Dan, we were talking about this before the game. A spread offense, your defensive backfield is really going to be put to the test. And Wapak graduated, a lot of experience on that defensive backfield. So we'll see how they adjust to this spread offense.
3 receivers wide to the near side on a 3rd down and 7, and Kennedy will roll that way. Looking downfield, lobs it, looking for Gorham, incomplete, and Gorham had his hand up. He was thinking maybe he should have gotten a flag there, but incomplete pass and a 4th down.
Yeah, Cody Morgan playing both ways was on him like glue, and he was trying to run a little wheel route and try to sneak out from inside slot position, but Morgan was undeterred and stayed right with him.
Jake Kennedy, the quarterback, will do the punting. He'll stand back at his own 28-yard line. So the turnover does no damage for the Redskins as their defense forces a 3-and-out. Kick is away. It'll be fielded at about the 22, across the 25 to the 28, still on his feet at the 30. And pushing forward to about the 34-yard line. Nice return by Adam Henderson.
Yeah, and something that we're seeing Wapak doing a couple times is the first guy is not able to take them down. Coach Toby Smith's got to be kind of unhappy with that trend, especially because his concern against going this Wapak team is the big physical nature of them. They need to be fundamental, be able to wrap up and try to get that first guy down.
So the Redskin offense back out onto the field with 8:57 to play here first quarter. That was a 38-yard punt for Bellefontaine, a 12-yard return. And an offsides call is going to move the Redskins closer to midfield.
Coach Fry always likes calling plays on 1st and 5. Opens up the playbook quite a bit more. and they're going unbalanced line. They've did this a couple other times, including the first play of the game.
Handoff to Schmerge. He goes off the right side. He'll be up close to another first down. Looks like about a yard short.
And Darnian Hughes was right there on the play. Defensive tackle, defensive end for Bellefontaine, staying home. But that penalty obviously puts up a second and very short.
He'll bring a tight end off the field, and Posada will come back in. Posada's a senior, 5'11", 140. He lines up wide to the left. Here's Henderson, left side. Picks up the first down across the 45 to the 46-yard line.
Yeah, that sweep right there picks up the first down. Both guards pull on that, Harrison and Rankin. Didn't set a big play, but again, because of the mistake by the Bellefontaine defense on first down, they didn't need a lot of yardage to be able to move the chains.
The Redskins have been operating close to midfield on their first two possessions. Morgan will be under center here. And the handoff goes to Schmerge. He's loose at midfield across the 45, shakes off a couple tacklers, gets to the 35-yard line. And that's where he's finally brought down. Nice run for Zach Schmerge.
And Schmerge is just so strong. You know, he's able to run through any of those arm tackles. He's coming off for a well-deserved breather right here. But he's going to be able to be the prototypical runner between the tackles in this wing T offense for Coach Fry.
19 yards on a carry, puts the ball at the Bellefontaine 35-yard line. Fourth play of the drive coming up. Handoff left side, that's Eaton. He's going to get down inside the 35 to the 33, so a couple of yards.
And some improvement that you're seeing, that was actually fairly well defended by Bellefontaine. But last year, Coach Fry, had to live with some inexperience with these offensive linemen last year. Now they got a year under their belt. A lot of them have gained 15, 20 pounds. They are able to move the ball a lot more. They got 3 yards, and last year that might have been a no gain or 1 yard gain instead.
Mm-hmm. Quinn Lottridge will check into the ball game. He's wide to the near side right. Morgan fakes the handoff. He'll roll out to the near side. Looks like he's going to keep it. He's across the 30, 25-20, and wrestled out of bounds as he gets to the 16-yard line.
Nice little change-up once you continue to work between the tackles, You got that little bootleg built into the wing T offense as a base. We always kind of learn that for the quarterback, it's a run first. He did have an open receiver in Keaton Metz out there, but Morgan is a tremendous athlete, and why not take the big gain with your legs?
Mm-hmm. 16-yard carry there for Morgan. First down and 10 for the Redskins at the 16-yard line. Here's Henderson, left side. Looked like he stumbled a little bit as he made a cut toward the line of scrimmage, but he picks up a couple.
Yeah, the full house tee right there. Don't see that a whole lot, these days. But again, Coach Fry is a little bit of a throwback coach in some way, shape. So their short yardage, you're going to see that a lot. Double tight end, 3 back players in the backfield, and you can kind of go any direction that you want.
Second down and 7 now. Handoff going right side. Eaton, he's inside the 5, and he will score the first touchdown of the season for the Redskins.
Yeah, nice job running that sweep over the right-hand side. Saw that seam and cut it up the inside, going in for the first touchdown.
Nice carry there for John Eaton. I don't think he was touched.
Well, when there's plays in the wing T on that sweep, when it hits, it's when they're able to turn it upfield. If it gets strung out, that's what the defense wants to accomplish, and he was able to go north and south and score the 6.
Senior kicker Bailey Heingardner puts it through, and with 6:07 left first quarter, the Redskins get on the board first. They lead 7-0, and you are watching high school football on Game Face Ohio.
Combine internet, telephone, and cable, and what do you get? Big savings. That's right. With TSC's bundling package, Emerge, you can combine your high-speed internet, telephone, and cable and save lots of money. Watch the convenience emerge, watch the great service emerge, and watch your savings emerge. So call today and bundle all of your services with the local company you know and trust. TSC.
TSC. Give us a call and see. It's easy as 1, 2, 3. Call TSC.
7-0 Redskins with 6:07 to go first quarter. Heingardner has it teed off to kick it away. And that, Paul, a pretty prototypical drive of what the Redskins want to do this year.
Certainly do.
Good foot for Heingardner, fielded at the 5-yard line. Back across the 15 to the 20. Gorman escapes to the right side, across the 30, still on his feet, and he's brought down as he gets across the 35 to the 37.
A nice return right there, and also a good job by Lottridge holding his keys so that he was there, and if he didn't make that play, he might have went the distance.
Mm-hmm. So there's a little bit glimpse of the explosiveness of Gorman. 33-yard kick return after a pretty good boot by Heingardner. So back out onto the field for the Bellefontaine offense. This is only their second possession. Handoff up the middle across the 40 to the 44-yard line.
Yeah, nice little mush right there. Kim Henry was the pulling guard on that one. 6'3", 285, and probably the best gain so far for the Chieftains.
Jordan Boffman with the carry. 4 receiver set again here on a second down. 2 to each side. It'll be a second down and 5. Man in motion across the backfield, and again, Boffman, he goes off the right side. He's got positive yardage and into Wapak territory for the first time tonight to the 44-yard line.
Well, you know, one thing by being that spread does is it forces the defense to spread out to cover them, and right now Wapak's only playing with 3 down linemen. Coach Smith's seen that as an advantage to be able to run between the tackles.
Bellefontaine definitely capitalizing. A 14-yard carry there for Boffman. Kennedy puts a man in motion to the far side of the field. Boffman again, and this time Schmergy is there to bring him down at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, the first team WBL player from last year at linebacker, Zach Schmergy, came on the blitz that time. Coach Patterson, you know, one of the best in the business at defensive coordinator, is going to be able to adjust. He's only got the 3 down linemen, but he's also got, you know, 3 linebackers to be able to play with where he wants them to go. This time he's got Schmergy out here on the side.
3 receivers set now.
They're also showing a little bit of press coverage right here. We've got some one-on-one matchups right here with Gortham near side.
Kennedy, the lone back, getting some pressure. He lobs it left side for Gorman, who makes a fantastic catch at the 15-yard line.
Yeah, and we kind of saw that coming right there. Coach Patterson got a little bit more aggressive, went press coverage. The free safety in that case was a little bit too far in the middle of the field. Gorham had a little bit of a height advantage on Lottridge, and he's a very good athlete, and Coach Smith saw the same thing and decided to attack.
That ball all the way down to the 12-yard line. So Bellefontaine picks up a big chunk on that pass completion of 31 yards. Kennedy now has Boffman back in the backfield. He'll take the handoff, looking for the corner on the right side. He's hit at the 10, and he's knocked down there.
Yeah, real nice defensive play right there. It looks like that he was going to be sealed off and be able to bust it for a touchdown, but really nice job there by Kane Kuhn to be able to fend off that block and make the play.
He gains a yard on the play. 2nd down and 9 coming up. 3.5 minutes to play here, first quarter. 3 receivers set. Kennedy out of the shotgun. He has Boffman back there on his right hip. Kennedy getting pressure, and he's going to be sacked. No, he escapes. Still downfield looking, and they're going to call the play dead at the 21-yard line. So a big loss on the play there of about 10 yards.
And it looked like he was almost going to go, which would have been incredible to be able to see if he was able to make a play out of that, but ruled down. Coming unblocked initially was number 10, Logan Martin, on the blitz and made the initial sack and hit. And by the way, I've been mispronouncing the name. I'm looking on the wrong roster. It's first game for us to 23. Was actually Cameron Locke.
We'll let it slide this time, Paul. Kennedy back over to Boffman, who can't pull it in on the screen. So the incompletion brings up a 4th down, and the Wapak defense able to defuse what was a very promising Bellefontaine drive.
Sure is, but it looks like this is going to be a territory where he's going to go for it. Must not have a kicker that he feels can make it from this distance. Either that or maybe he'll use a timeout. But no, it looks like they're going to go for it. But yeah, that sack, was a big-time momentum killer on this. And then obviously Boffman could have made that catch and had a one-on-one situation to see if he could have made some yardage on that last play.
So a 3-receiver set. Gorman wide, near side to the left. He's got a man in a slot inside of him. Kennedy getting some pressure. Lobs it left side for Gorham in the end zone. Incomplete, but a flag comes down at the goal line.
Yeah, there's a little bit of contact, and you're going to have to kind of credit Gorman right there just a little bit. He saw that the ball was going to be underthrown just slightly more to the inside, so he kind of cut in between, and because of that, he drew some contact from Lockridge, which is a tough call on, a 4th and 20 to be able to get, a defensive holding call on that play, because that's going to give them, I believe, an automatic first down.
So they will mark it off. Looks like they're spotted at the 10-yard line.
I stand corrected. In high school, it is not an automatic first down, so it is 4th down and 4th down and about
4th down and 8. So Kennedy out of the shotgun. Again gets some pressure. Again lobbing Gorham. And this one's going to be picked off in the end zone.
Now Lockridge redeeming himself on the penalty on 4th down, and this time is able to kill the drive for good with the interception in the end zone. Gives them even a little bit better field position by getting the pick in the end zone. That evens out the turnovers at 1-1, and the Chieftains are turned away.
So the Redskins protecting that 7-0 lead. Now 2:41 remaining.
But one thing that's kind of coming through is, when they feel like they need something on 3rd down or, any big down, they're going to look to Gortham. They're just going to try to throw it up to him, see if he makes a play.
Ball loose on the exchange, and Morgan dives on it at the 19-yard line, so a loss on the play.
Yeah, something unfortunately you see in first games a lot, a little bit of sloppy play at times. Would not be surprised if we end up seeing something like that again, but something they work on all through two-a-days, all through camp, and it's very disappointing because that's the most basic part of the play. You got to take care of the ball initially to be able to run the play.
So a 2nd down and 11 coming up. And a handoff right up the middle. It'll be Schmergy for a couple up to the 21-yard line.
And Bellefontaine, at least through the first 2 downs, kind of reacting a little well, get some luck with the fumble, and then this time, hold Schmergy to about 2-yard gain to bring up really the first 3rd and long for the Redskins on the year.
Under 2 minutes to play here, first quarter. Some substitutions for the Redskins.
We'll see if Coach Fry decides to come out of the wing tee and go a little bit spread here himself, and here he does.
Morgan will work out of the shotgun, fakes the handoff, rolls out, and he's going to be hit and dropped back at the 15-yard line. So a loss on the play will bring up a 4th down.
Nice play there by linebacker Andrell Roberts for the Chieftains. Morgan is very elusive and athletic when he gets onto the perimeter, and he was going nothing for it. Nice textbook tackle to kill the drive.
It'll be Cameron Locke back there to kick it away. And Gorham waits at the 50-yard line to receive it for Bellefontaine. The kick is away. Gorham has to move backwards a little bit, but he makes the reception and back up across the 45 to the 46-yard line. So about a 6-yard return on a pretty good punt.
And a nice play there by the touchdown maker, John Eaton, on the return. But nice field position here for the Chieftains.
We'll see what the Chieftains are able to do with the third possession today.
You know, one thing I can say for sure is the Chieftains side with the fans and players have to be really happy that the sun is down, because it was hot and humid, and had that sun on, it made it even worse.
Mm-hmm. Those bleachers, much like sitting on a grill over there. Kennedy will keep it himself, and he gets up for maybe a yard. First time we've seen him take it himself.
And Jacob Hartman there with the tackle, but really need to give credit to Casey Stauffer for really plugging up that play initially and giving Kennedy no place to go.
So a 2nd down and 9, closing in on 30 seconds to play here in the first quarter. What has been a pretty evenly matched first quarter of play. Kennedy puts Gorham in motion. Fakes the hand. No, he will hand it off to him, and he'll take it around the right side across midfield. It dives forward to about the 45-yard line.
And Coach Smith is going to try to find ways to get Gorham the ball. You know, he's not always going to throw it up to him, just tell him to go make a play, and this time kind of a jet sweep.
That'll be the final play of the first quarter, and after 1 quarter of play here at Harmon Field, the Redskins with a 7-0 advantage. You're watching high school football on Game Face Ohio.
Owen Kitchen and Bath Showroom has been family owned and operated since 1990. We can help you from start to finish with your entire project. Let one of our professional designers put the final touches on your project. Owen Kitchen and Bath now has 2 showrooms to better serve you in Wapakoneta and Lima. Owen Kitchen and Bath, cabinetry that will take your breath away at prices that won't.
Back here for the start of the second quarter at Harmon Field, and the Bellefontaine Chieftains, trailing 7-0, have the ball. It'll be Boffman off the left side, and he's going to pick up a first down on a 3rd down carry up to the 41-yard line of the Redskins.
Yeah, and that was a big-time pickup. You know, there was a 3rd and short. You know, spread offenses don't necessarily excel at short yardage and running the ball. You start back a little bit. Defense was showing blitz. A nice job by Boffman to be able to make that first down.
The Chieftains have actually run the ball pretty effectively. Here's Kennedy keeping it himself. He'll get across the 35 up to the 33-yard line.
Nice kickoff block, kick-out block by Cam Henry there for the Bellefontaine offense. And something to keep an eye on. He's a two-way player, and Bellefontaine actually has 4 guys going both ways in this heat. You know, that's something to look at.
Gorham lines up in the slot on the near side. He'll have a receiver outside of him and 2 receivers to the far side left. Kennedy again keeps it himself. He finds room inside the 20 to the 15 and down to the 13-yard line.
Finding a lot of success there. Spread them out with the empty set. Then you only have 1 threat who can run the ball and running the same play off the left-hand side with the kick-out block. You know, being very, very successful. Also need to credit number 62, Derek Yosting, the left tackle, for really collapsing that left-hand side.
Kennedy looked like he may have been holding his hand a little bit there. 2 receivers to each side for him as he looks to the sideline for the play. Puts Gorham in motion. Hand off, Gorham looking for the corner. Gets to the left side to the 10, and he'll be knocked out of bounds as he gets to the 6-yard line.
Yeah, Locke able to knock him out of bounds there. You know, I gave him credit before in Stauffer, you know, making a play. That time he couldn't get off his block. If he's able to get off his block and just string that play out, you know, then they're going to have nothing. You know, those east and west plays, if you can get penetration on those, you can blow those plays up.
It'll be Kennedy out of the shotgun. Boffman takes the handoff, goes to the left side, and he will power his way into the end zone for a touchdown. So Bellefontaine gets on the board.
And Bellefontaine's shown a different personality than they started the game with, primarily run-based that entire drive to be able to put in, a touchdown with a potentially tying extra point right here. And the Chieftains come back from a disappointing drive where they're knocking on the door and came up with nothing, and were able to answer with this scoring drive.
So the Chieftains will be out there to attempt the extra point. That kick is up, and it is good. We have a tie ball game with 10:26 left in the first half, and you are watching high school football on Game Face Ohio.
It's easy as 1, 2, 3. Just call on TSC. Part of your community. TSC. It's as easy as it can be.
Telephone, TV, internet too. We make it all so easy for you. Locally owned, fast service and more. We've got what you're looking for.
TSC. Give us a call and see. It's easy as 1, 2, 3. Call TSC.
10:26 left here in the half, and we are back to even at 7 apiece. Bellefontaine putting together their best drive of the night. It was a 7-play, 54-yard drive that covered 2 minutes and 29 seconds, culminating with a 7-yard Jordan Boffman run that evened things up. And all of that 54 yards on the ground, Paul.
Yeah, the spread offense isn't necessarily all throwing the ball all the way around. You got to look for your matchups, and you can create favorable running environments when you do spread out that defense.
Here's the return for the Redskins, and it's a good one up across the 35 to the 39-yard line. And on the return, Jared Cockrell.
So it'll be interesting to see how the Redskins react. If you recall, their last possession started off by fumbling the initial quarterback snap, and that seemed to give just a little bit of confidence to the Bellefontaine defense.
So the Redskins out there. Morgan under center and motion in the backfield. Flag comes down before the start of the play, so it's a dead play, but somebody just lost their balance in the backfield there.
Yeah, and yet another mistake here on first down to put yourself in a hole. And, you could see the energy and emotion coming from the Bellefontaine sideline. As we kind of mentioned, they were 1-8 last year, and, they haven't had a winning season since 2009. The new blood, of Coach Toby Smith coming in from West Liberty Salem, who has a .735 winning percentage in his 14 years there. Been to the playoffs 6 out of the last 7 years. One of the first things you need to change is just, the enthusiasm of the program. And you start to get that by getting some success in game action.
Here's the handoff to Schmerge. He goes left side, gets across the 45 up to about the 48-yard line. And Coach Smith talking with us before the game, talking about how to win those players over and making sure that they understand why they're doing the things that they're doing.
Yeah, nowadays there's not that many kids that'll run through that brick wall without a good reason. So, he's trying to sell them on what it takes to be a successful program, and, we're starting to see the planning stages of that right now.
Handoff left side, close to midfield on a 3rd down and 3. And I believe
looks like it's going to be really close. They're going to mark it short, and here early in the game, Coach Fry is one of the more aggressive coaches on 4th down in the area, and was not much hesitation at midfield right now. That he's got confidence in his now experienced offensive line to try to move the line of scrimmage to pick up this half yard.
Morgan under center has 3 backs behind him. Handoff left side, and a first down for the Redskins up across midfield to the 45-yard line. And that was John Eaton.
And I like that straight dive play. They're bringing up all of the pressure right up the middle. A lot of teams like to run a QB sneak on that situation. But, by running just that straight dive 1,000,000 miles an hour right there off left tackle, Eaton was be able to find that soft spot and pick it up very easily.
Under 9 minutes to play in a half. And movement again. Positive yards for the Redskins, as off the right side goes Henderson. He'll pick up about 3.
And you know, when you're playing a team that, you know, at least on paper, you know, a 7-3 team, although they lost a lot to graduation, but still high hopes here for the Wapak Redskins against a team that you've beaten pretty handily the last 3 years. You know, when you start to feel that momentum, you know, slip a little bit, how you react, how do you get that back, and is very important.
Logan Martin with the carry. He's going to pick up a first down as he gets down inside the 35 to the 31-yard line.
Yeah, a staple play of the Doug Fry offense right there is that little counter, you know, coming back to the other side. You know, you might run it a couple times a game, but it keeps that defense honest, because if they don't and they start flowing to the ball, you get a big play like you do right there.
Morgan under center. Here's the handoff to the right side. Not much there. Get up to the 30-yard line, a gain of a yard on the play. Schmergy stopped after a pickup of a yard. Posada brings the play in from the sideline. He'll line up wide to the left. Morgan back to pass, has time, fires it down the center of the field, and it is caught. Touchdown.
Henderson was lined up as a wingback on the right-hand side right there, ran a little seam down the post, and was behind the safeties, was wide open. A great pass, maybe slightly underthrown, and Henderson reacted to it, adjusted to it extremely well. Made a nice catch. You see there, Coach Fry very appreciative of the effort on that catch, and a big answer touchdown on the first completion for the Wapak Redskins.
30 yards on the completion for the touchdown. Heingardner out to try to tack on the extra point. Kick is up, and it is good. And so the Redskins watch the Chieftains even things up at 7 and then quickly rebound to take the lead back 14-7. You're watching high school football on Game Face Ohio.
When you see an orange truck, you think G.A. Windsor & Son Company. But the next time you see an orange G.A. Windsor & Son truck, we want you to think green. Why green? Because G.A. Windsor & Son are the original recyclers. Using a modern fleet of trucks, G.A. Windsor & Son Company collects food co-products from restaurants, food retailers, and food manufacturers in Ohio, Indiana, Michigan, and Kentucky. These food co-products are used to manufacture quality livestock and pet care feed ingredients. So the next time you see an orange G.A. Windsor & Son truck, think green.
7:28 left, second quarter, and the Redskins with a 14-7 lead. A 30-yard touchdown pass, Cody Morgan to Adam Henderson, capping a 7-play, 60-yard drive that covered nearly 3 minutes of the second quarter. Heingardner's extra point made it 14-7, and Heingardner has it teed up to kick it away. Puts the boot into it. It'll be fielded by Gorman inside the 10. He's out across the 20 and knocked down as he gets to the 25-yard line. So we'll see how Bellefontaine reacts. They have had some disappointments here in this first half. And Coach Smith talking before the game, talking about the attitude that he's trying to instill in these players in his new system. So we'll see what Bellefontaine does coming out after giving up the lead. Kennedy will keep it himself, and he gets up close to the 30-yard line to the 29.
Well, nice mush up there again by Kennedy. If you remember that last scoring drive for Bellefontaine, it was all on the ground. We'll see if they continue that trend. We'll also see if the Redskin defense makes their adjustment.
Gorham will line up wide to the left. He's got a man in a slot inside of him. One wide to the near side right. And kind of a pistol formation here. If they thought about running the option, it'll be Kennedy to keep it himself, and he'll get up across the 30 to the 31.
Brings up a key third down You know, and this is kind of what separates the good teams from the bad teams is can you convert on third, in this case, you know, medium, where it's third and about 4, third and 5. You know, if you want your program to take the next step, especially against a good quality team such as the Wapakoneta Redskins, you know, you need to try to pick up some of these.
Kennedy with 4 receivers to choose from. Works out of the shotgun on a 3rd down and 4. And movement.
That's going to be an offside. Remember, high school football, as soon as you break that plane, it's a penalty. You don't get a chance to come back. And, you know, very unfortunate on the Redskins, you know, trying to show that blitz broke, the offsides. And now that's an easy 1st down now for the Chieftains.
Well, that takes the pressure off the Chieftain offense here as they'll move up to the line of scrimmage with 6. And a 1st down and 10 for them at the 36-yard line. Kennedy will hand off. Boffman left side. And he'll fight his way up to the 39-yard line, a gain of a couple on the play.
And Henderson staying there at the outside linebacker will kind of make the play while still being engaged. I kind of mentioned before, Bellefontaine has some two-way players. Obviously, you know, Walpock does as well. And Henderson, the recipient of the touchdown pass last possession, you know, going both ways is for the Redskins as well.
Right, and this is the kind of night that can tire you out pretty quickly.
Yeah, it's still, you know, started at kickoff is 87 degrees, and it still had some humidity in the air. I just checked here recently, it's only down to about 84, so it's still pretty warm out there.
Kennedy will keep it himself. He'll fall backwards across the 40-yard line to the 41, so a gain of 2 more. It'll bring up a 3rd down for Bellefontaine.
And for what it's worth, you know, basically since the interception thrown in the end zone, where they passed the ball all the way down there, they've been all run.
Yeah, Bellefontaine 1 of 5 throwing the ball. Boffman will line up behind Kennedy. They'll run the option to the near side. Pitch to Boffman. And he's hit at the line of scrimmage. He's going to be stacked up, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
Andrew Roberts right there for the initial hit, and then Smirgy there to kind of clean it up. Run that little speed option, bringing it up about 3 yards short. Coach Smith, you know, we don't know him as well. You know, is he one of those that's going to go for it on 4th down, you know, here in his own territory? It looks like it is.
4th down and 3. Bellefontaine with 3 receivers. Kennedy looking to the sideline.
Play clock down to 4.
And a timeout going to be called by Coach Smith. We'll take a break with the timeout onto the field. The Redskins with a 14-7 lead. You're watching high school football on Game Face Ohio.
Sure, you don't need a set-top box to watch cable, but without one, you're not getting everything your TV has to offer. Add a set-top box from TSC to your television and get more channels. Get a channel guide that tells you all about the shows. Run multiple devices through one universal remote, and you can even add DVR and HD channels. Get everything your TV has to offer with a set-top box. Call TSC and ask for your set-top box today.
It's easy as 1, 2, 3, call TSC.
Scrimmage and have him kick it away on a 4th down and 3. Puts the foot into a pretty good kick, and a fair catch called for at the 25-yard line by Morgan. So the Redskins defense puts up another stop, and they have a 7-point lead to work with here as they come back out onto the field.
Yeah, and this is a very important drive for really the Chieftains. You know, with where they were coming from and a 1-8 year and so forth, if they are able to go in halftime no worse than a touchdown down, they're in great shape. If the Redskins are able to put together a scoring drive here as well as the Chieftains has played, if they're down 2 scores, that's not a good sign for them.
Handoff off the right side, and Eaton will take it across the 25 up to the 29-yard line.
So, and even though this is a methodical type offense for the Redskins at times, you know, between timeouts and the clock stopping for 1st downs, still plenty of time here with 3:25 left in the 1st half.
One receiver to each side. Morgan out of the shotgun, hands off. Schmergy, he goes to the left, and he's hit, powers his way across the 30 to the 34-yard line. He never goes down on first contact, does he?
No, and, he's just a big, strong kid, and he's got momentum going forward to him. Even when you hit him, he's going to gain an extra yard or so just going forward.
Third down and short for the Skins, under 3 minutes to play in the half.
Yeah, and I was going to mention last time they're in this situation is just a straight dive, and they did the exact same thing, same side. John Eaton going behind the left-hand side of Fenning and Harrison.
So that spots the ball at the 38. And moving down on 2.5 minutes to play here. Morgan out of the shotgun here. Has Schmergy back there with him. Back to pass. Lobs it over the middle of the field and out of the hands of Jared Smith, the tight end.
Yeah, Smith was open. He let him just a little bit too much. If he would have just put it up a little bit more on the hash marks, he could have had a really big gain. Not all tight ends are incredible athletes, Dan.
Right.
So you can't always anticipate them and making those one-handed running catches at times.
I understand that. Morgan back, looking to the right side. Fires it out there, and it's caught up across the 45 near midfield. Nice catch there by Logan Martin.
Yeah, nice job there, actually, by Morgan. Doing a good job buying some time. Bellefontaine had a spy on him, and he made that spy commit to him, and that opened up the pass there for the first down.
12 yards on the pass completion as Morgan works out of the shotgun again. Back to pass, lobs left side. And it is caught up to the 40-yard line. He connects this time with the tight end, Jared Smith.
Yeah, that time you put it right where it needed to be, right on the numbers. Perfect distance, right at 10 yards to move the chains. 2 minutes left to go. Plenty of time here for this drive. And Morgan's got him going here out of the shotgun offense.
Metz lines up wide to the far side right. Lottridge wide near side. And Morgan is hit as he let go of that ball. It'll be incomplete.
Great job by Dorian Hughes bringing the pressure right there, hitting Morgan just as he's about to release it.
They call it an incomplete pass, so 2nd down and 10 now for the Redskins. And this is the 8th play of the drive coming up. Out of the shotgun is Morgan. He has time. Now moves to the left side. Takes it himself. And he'll be knocked down. Looked like the ball may have come loose at the 36.
Yeah, he was holding the ball a little bit away from his body, and it came loose right there. Dodged a bullet by the Redskins being able to jump on it.
Wyatt Harrison there to throw the body on it.
Yeah, you usually don't expect the guys with the 60 numbers with their hands on the ball, usually.
Usually something bad is happening when that is, right? Closing in on a minute to play here in the half. Morgan again to pass, rolls out to the left. He fires it, and it's caught near the sideline, and Smith hit and knocked out of bounds as he gets close to the 20-yard line.
Yeah, and Dan, I like my tight ends, hitting them right there for, a first down, chain-moving reception on the out pattern. A nice job with Morgan rolling out here to the near side to be able to get the first down. Down to 1:11 left here in the first half.
14 yards on the completion to Smith. Smith showing some agility. Morgan out of the shotgun. He'll carry it to the left side. He's up across the 20, aiming for the sidelines, and he runs out at the 16-yard line.
And I thought that was just a great call. You're running trips up to the far side, been doing nothing but passing, and a called running play, going to the short side of the field, pulling both guards. Almost caught Bellefontaine by surprise there with a 7-yard gain.
The Redskins offense has been moving down the field very effectively here. They lead by 7, trying to add a touchdown before the break. Morgan back to pass again. Caught by Smith over the middle of the field to the 5, and he'll be knocked down as he gets to the 3.
A well-designed play. Third reception on the drive for Jared Smith, running the tight end middle screen. You know, you're letting that penetration come up in the middle, and then the tight end goes from his spot and just dumps into the middle of the field. Tremendous play call, and Redskins knocking on the door again.
Toby Smith has seen enough. He's going to call a timeout here with a minute left. We'll take a break as well. The Redskins threatening. They lead 14-7. You're watching high school football on Game Face Ohio.
Strength is about so much more than the body. It's about being together, serving, sharing, and caring for those around us. It's about keeping score in the heart rather than on a scoreboard. Be a part of a community that builds more than your body. At the Wapakoneta Family YMCA.
1 minute left in the half. The Redskins at the 3-yard line at Bellefontaine, and that play up the middle stopped short of the goal line. Looked like a gain of 2 on the play, though.
And before that, the Redskins were all, in a totally different mode. Morgan, 4 for 6 so far passing on the drive.
Handoff, Schmergy right side, and it looks like he's short of the goal line. They're going to say he was down. One of the Chieftains came out of there with the ball, but they'll say he was down.
And Coach Fry wants a timeout right here, which this brings up a 3rd down. They had 2 left, so that's a no-brainer to call the timeout there. So
a 3rd down and goal at the 1 for the Redskins.
And I don't know if we'll get a camera shot. They are about as close from our vantage point as it is to be able to score a touchdown without actually have scored. Looked like Smurgy was very, very close to pushing the ball in. But as I was mentioning before, Cody Morgan's getting a real chance to kind of show what he can do on this drive. 4 for 6 for 59 yards. He also had a 7-yard run on a called play and got them all the way down to the 3-yard line. And then at that point, you could go to your more goal line offense, which they're doing, with the straight full tee.
24 seconds left in the half as Coach Fry exits the field.
14th play of the drive right here.
And this was one of the things that Coach Smith talked about before the game, that his defense is not equipped to be out on the field for a long, sustained drive, and they were going to try and get off the field as quickly as possible. This one up the middle, and they'll say he got in, touchdown. And that was Henderson.
Second touchdown for him. First one was through the air. This one's through the ground. And with 20 seconds left, Walpock now has 20 points thanks to Mr. number 20, Alan Henderson. However, Mr. Heingardner is going to try to make it 21.
So that is a big momentum shift for the Redskins as they're able to tack that one on. Heingardner's extra point is up and good. And so with 20 seconds left in the half, the Redskins open up a 14-point edge. You're watching high school football on Game Face Ohio.
This is man's greatest invention, the Whole House DVR from TSC. You'll never miss a second of your favorite program again because you can pause a show in one room and play it back in another, even while you're recording it. You watch different shows at the same time and pause, fast forward, and rewind from any set. You can even pause live TV. Yeah! Man's greatest invention, the Whole House DVR from TSC. Just maybe not woman's greatest invention.
It's easy as 1, 2, 3, call TSC.
20 seconds left in the half, and the Redskins, following the late touchdown in the second quarter, will kick it away. So Bellefontaine will have a few seconds to operate here in this second quarter.
And those touchdowns are backbreakers for the other team. Again, as I mentioned at the beginning of that drive, you're only down 7, be in really good shape. You get the ball first to start the second half, but now you're down 2 touchdowns. You don't feel nearly as good about yourself as you did at the beginning of this quarter. Coach Smith's really going to have to rally the troops at halftime unless they can pop a big return here.
Well, Gorham is back inside his 5-yard line. It's a short kick. It'll take a hop. Gorham will scoop it at the 10. He takes it to the far sideline. He's up across the 25 and knocked out of bounds as he gets to the 29. So with 14 seconds left, the Chieftains will bring the offense out.
Considering Bellefontaine hadn't looked really great throwing the ball, I'd be surprised to see Coach Smith do anything crazy here. And looking at the lineup he has out there, he may or may not. But, if you feel that, Gorham is, a great matchup for you, with 14 seconds, there's not that much to lose if you just want to throw it up to him on a bomb and see what happens.
Kennedy out of the shotgun. He has Boffman on his right hip. And they will go the safe route as Boffman will take the handoff, and he'll be brought down on the carry for a loss, and that will be the final play of the half for this opening contest of the 2013 season. Redskins will take a 21-7 lead to the break. You are watching high school football on Game Face Ohio.
Who do I call?
Since 1946, home and business owners have trusted Frost Roofing to help make the best roofing decision for their home building and budget.
Do you guarantee your work?
With an industry-leading 50-year labor and materials guarantee on select CertainTeed shingles, Frost Roofing has you covered.
So, what if I decide to move?
Frost will transfer this incredible warranty to the new owners, increasing the value of your home.
Church, home, or business, Frost Roofing offers you the comfort of knowing your roofing system is guaranteed by a professional roofing contractor.
Halftime here at Harmon Field in the season opener of the 2013 football season, and the Redskins had a solid first half. They take a 21-7 lead into the locker room as we take a look at the scoring summary for the first half. The Redskins got on the board first with 6:07 remaining in the first quarter on a 13-yard run by John Eaton. It was followed by a Heingardner kick, and that made it a 7-0 Redskins lead. The Bellefontaine Chieftains were able to answer at the 10:26 mark in the second quarter with a 7-yard run by Jordan Boffman. Zach Schmidt added the extra point, capping a 7-play, 54-yard drive, and tied things up at 7 apiece. From there, it was all Redskins. At the 7:28 mark, Cody Morgan hooked up with Adam Henderson on a 30-yard touchdown pass, and that gave the Redskins a 14-7 lead. And then with 20 seconds left in the first half, a momentum builder as a 1-yard plunge for Henderson, his second touchdown of the opening half, made it a 21-7 Redskins lead, and they took that lead into the locker room with that late touchdown, Paul. They took momentum with them as well.
Yeah, sure they did, and Coach Smith's going to really have to rally the troops, to be down 2 scores like this on the road, when you're trying to build this program up. This first drive is going to be a really big one.
Let's go ahead and take a look at statistics from the first half, Paul.
Sure, we're going to start with team statistics. Wapak dominating in terms of yardage and first downs. Wapak has 13 first downs to Bellefontaine 6. Overall, Wapak has doubled up the total yardage, 222 yards total to 110 for Bellefontaine. Kind of the surprise, if you will, is the distribution for Bellefontaine. They've kind of had 2 different approaches to their offense. They came out pretty much mostly pass, and then really since that interception on their second drive in the end zone, they haven't attempted to pass since then. So for the half, Bellefontaine only has 31 yards passing, but 90 yards on the ground. Wapak, as expected, has 148 yards on the ground, being very strong. But thanks to a really strong last drive, Wapak able to put up a total of 79 yards passing themselves. The other real key stat to bring up is third down conversions. Bellefontaine only 1 for 4, while the Redskins are pretty strong, 4 out of 6. Now let's go ahead and look at some individual stats. Looking at Bellefontaine, they're led on the ground by Jordan Boffman, who has 9 carries for a total of 37 yards, including their lone touchdown. Passing-wise, Kennedy, as mentioned, is only 1 for 5 with an interception and only 31 yards. Looking at rushing for Wapak, Smirgy leads the way with 12 carries for a total of 61. Eaton and Henderson have 30 and 22 respectively, and both a touchdown each. Morgan, as mentioned, is 5 out of 7 passing for 79 yards and a touchdown.
Paul, an interesting statistic here at the halftime is that this spread offense coming in, you expect them to be explosive passing-wise, but so far in this game, Wapak has outpassed them.
Yes, they have, and that's kind of really comes to the philosophy change after that pick in the end zone, where Bellefontaine decided to really try to work the ball on the run and was successful and got a touchdown out of it. But they might need to look to try to mix up a little bit instead of being all run or all pass. Look to keep Wapak a little bit more off balance.
Redskins doing what they have done effectively the last few years under Coach Fry, and that's control the ball, run it up the gut, and actually tonight they have unleashed Cody Morgan a little bit throwing the ball.
Yeah, and Coach Fry's kind of done that, with Kyle Gibson the last couple years too. You give the quarterback a little bit more freedom, but truthfully, a Doug Fry team is not a team you want to fall behind from and try to play catch up.
Mm-hmm. Halftime here, the Redskins with a 21-7 lead. We'll be back with the second half after this. You're watching high school football on Game Face Ohio.
High-speed internet.
TSC offers 5 high-speed internet packages, and we have one that's just right for you, no matter how much or how little you use the internet.
24/7 free local technical support, and if you require a service call, you'll be pleased to know that we keep our appointments.
Bundle your high-speed internet with your phone and cable and save big money with our Emerge plan.
Ask about high-speed internet from TSC today.
Give us a call and see. It's easy as 1, 2, 3. Call TSC.
21-14, and you may have noticed that the scores changed a little bit due to some technical problems. We missed the scoring possession for Bellefontaine. They were able to put a quick touchdown on the board on the opening possession of the second half, a 2-play, 61-yard drive capped by a 34-yard Jordan Boffman run. And, Paul, exactly what the Chieftains needed coming out of the break.
Yeah, it sure was. Coach Smith needed to have an answer for them. I didn't think it was going to be this quickly off 2 plays, but we had talked about they need some bigger plays, and they got them with that drive.
And for the first time tonight, we're hearing some noise from the Bellefontaine side of the field. Here's the return for the Redskins out across the 30 to the 32. That possession was also set up by a strong return by Boffman on the kick return. Let's take a look at the replays from that opening drive of the second half.
Yeah, you see it this first time. This is a quarterback keeper they ran some success with Jake Kennedy off the right-hand side. That was the first play.
So Kennedy with a big possession there. Morgan will hand it off. Going to the right side, Eaton, and he's stacked up as he gets to the 35-yard line. And here's the scoring play by Boffman as he busts through there. Good-sized kid, and he shows some strength and some speed there.
Yeah, and did a nice job. Escaped the tackle in the secondary, though, of Morgan right there to take it in for a touchdown. And now we are here with Wapak trying to answer. Last time Bellefontaine scored a touchdown, Wapak was able to take it down and get the lead right back.
2nd down and 8. Here's Schmerge off the left side. He's going to get his way up to the 40-yard line. He'll be 3 yards short of the first down. Not as important for the Redskins to answer right now as it was for Bellefontaine to come out and get that
I would
early
agree.
touchdown.
They're still playing with the lead. However, Wapak still wants to, establish, their superiority in this game right now. They've been very good on 3rd down. This is a 3rd and manageable with 3rd and 3. They've been 4 out of 6 on 3rd down conversions.
Morgan out of the shotgun. He'll hand it off. Left side, big run here. Martin will dive forward to the 49-yard line after picking up the first down.
Yeah, that not only was well blocked on that counter play, it was just well called, because with the misdirection, Martin was able to pretty much get the first down unaccosted and then pick up a little bit more with the blocking.
Martin has been a spark plug off the bench so far tonight. He's had a couple of nice runs. Morgan again out of the shotgun. He gets some pressure. He's going to be hit, and he's going to be sacked back inside the 45 at the 42-yard line.
Yeah, nice play right there. A lot of pressure in for Bellefontaine. But it was John King, the senior, in there from his linebacker position to be able to make the sack. And that's somewhat unusual. Coach Fry doesn't necessarily like to, go shotgun, first down. He likes those positive plays on first down, and now they're second and 16.
Loss of 6. 3 receivers wide to the left. Morgan alone in the backfield. He gets pressure again. He's hit and he's dropped for a second play in a row. Back to the 33-yard line.
Andrew Roberts, we've mentioned him a couple different times, was on the blitz on the outside. There was really no way that Wapak was able to go get him. Will Rankin was not able to defend, the quarterback, and the Redskins are going the wrong direction, and momentum starting to creep into the visitors.
-8 on that play. Back to the 35-yard line. And Coach Smith had a pretty productive halftime meeting with his team. Morgan out of the shotgun, handoff, Schmergy, left side. He'll get hit as he gets to the line of scrimmage, powers his way up to the 38-yard line, but it'll bring up a 4th down and very long.
We kind of mentioned before that this series has been kind of lopsided. It's been since 2009 where this game's been within 32 points. With Wapak win the last 3 and Bellefontaine in 2009 won 45-0. This looks to be where this might be one of the closer games in this long-time rivalry.
Punt is away. Gorham will let it hit, and it will roll down to the 24-yard line, and that's where it'll be stopped by the Redskins. So Bellefontaine will come out after a outstanding opening drive to start the second half, and then a stellar defensive stop. Momentum clearly on their side of the field right now.
Yeah, exactly what Toby Smith would have wanted from his Chieftain team so far. Not the greatest field position right here, but we'll see if they're able to put a drive together. Not as important that they score on this. Obviously, you want to score on all of them, but as long as they continue some positive momentum, maybe flip field position, would still be considered a successful drive.
Kennedy will keep it himself. He finds some running room. Still on his feet across the 35, and he picks up a first down to the 36-yard line.
Something that Walpak's going to want to try to clean up. Jacob Hartman coming from the outside right there, kind of dove at the feet of the quarterback instead of kind of staying up to be able to make that play. If he stays, in his athletic position, chances are Kennedy can't sidestep him and get the big gain.
Ball spotted at the 37 after a 13-yard scamper by Kennedy. First down and 10 for the Chieftains. They come out with 5 wide. He'll keep it himself again up the middle, and he gets to the 40-yard line. 3 yards on the carry, and Paul, we still have not seen them throw the ball.
No, and Coach Patterson knows that. You can run the ball, as we've talked about, from the spread, but you're somewhat limited. There's only so many ways that you can carry the ball, and at some point you can start to take maybe some of those away. Still would probably like to see Coach Smith throw the ball just to kind of keep the defense honest.
Boffman back there in the backfield. He'll take the handoff, comes to the near side, slips one tackle, and pushes his way up across the 45 to the 46-yard line. He'll be close to another first down, but it looks like he'll be just short.
Yeah, and again, unfortunately, second example right there. I didn't notice if that was Shane Lyon or Corey Crawford. Was right there initially at the line of scrimmage for the play. Now it brings up a third and very, very short.
Less than a yard for the Chieftains on a third down. And here's where starting your quarterback 5 yards behind the line of scrimmage is a disadvantage. But Boffman takes the handoff and goes off the right side. Looks like he has the first down.
Yeah, and there's a little bit of beef on that Bellefontaine offensive line, able to get enough of a mush against that 3-down lineman look against the spread, and just enough to be able to move the chains. Just want to mention them real quick. Skidmore at center, the guards Henry and Rinflish, and then at tackles Elijah Green and Derek Yosting.
3 receivers. They have a man in the wing on each side as Kennedy will operate out of the shotgun all by himself. First down and 10 from the Bellefontaine 48-yard line. The Chieftains have looked like a different team coming out of the locker room.
And they did not get that play off. We're going to get a delay of game penalty.
Well, that's a costly error for a Bellefontaine team that has really been.
Although it looks like they might have tried to call the timeout, and they are going to go ahead and grant them.
Wow. 6:07 left third quarter, 21-14. The Redskins with the edge. You're watching high school football on Game Face Ohio.
Owen Kitchen and Bath Showroom has been family owned and operated since 1990. We can help you from start to finish with your entire project. Let one of our professional designers put the final touches on your project. Owen Kitchen and Bath now has 2 showrooms to better serve you in Wapakoneta and Lima. Owen Kitchen and Bath, cabinetry that will take your breath away at prices that won't.
Midway through the third quarter here at Harmon Field, the Redskins with a 21-14 lead, but the Chieftains have been playing in a different gear here in this second half, and they are threatening again. Pass caught out to Gothman, and he's going to get across the middle of the field. Still on his feet, he's going to be wrapped up as he gets to the 25-yard line. So Gorham with a nice pass, or excuse me, with a nice catch on that throw from Kennedy.
Yeah, and that's really what I wanted to see. Just enough to mix up, although there's a flag that's going to bring it back. Ooh.
That's their first completion since the first quarter.
And again, unfortunate for the Chieftains because that's really what they needed. Just take a little bit of pressure off that running game. A nice, safe, high completion percentage with a little quick screen to their best player. So again, it's all for naught, as a penalty is going to wipe that out. And we'll see if they're going to be able to rebound from that, big crucial penalty.
That's a couple of big mistakes in a row because I guess they had to burn the timeout. They didn't lose yardage on that where they couldn't get the play off in time. But you certainly don't want to burn that timeout there.
No, definitely not in the second half especially.
5 receivers set now as Kennedy lines up by himself. On a first down and 15 from the Bellefontaine 44-yard line, Kennedy's going to keep it. He will take it to the right side. Across midfield, he'll go down to the 47-yard line.
Okay, what really made that play was the guard, Rainflesh, coming from his left guard position. Instead of kicking out the end, he actually hooked him and was able to get some good yardage and get some of that penalty yardage back.
So it brings up a second down and a manageable 6 yards to go. Ball at the Wapak 47-yard line. Handoff, Boffman. He goes left side, and he pushes his way down inside the 45 to the 43.
This is going to bring up a 3rd and short, and I really think this has got to be 4-down territory, even if you wouldn't make this. But, 3rd and 1, with momentum on your side in the Redskins territory, I'd really be thinking, we're going to try to run the ball here probably once, if not twice, to continue this drive.
2 receivers to each side for Kennedy as he works out of the shotgun. Under 5 minutes to play third quarter. Kennedy keeps it himself, and he's hit as he gets to the line of scrimmage and spun around. Looks like they're going to mark him up to the 41, and that would be enough for the first down.
Yeah, Corey Crawford there, pulling him down. Yeah, he was not listed as one of our original starters, but he's been out there almost the whole time. And he is a big sophomore at 6'3", 215, just kind of manhandling Kennedy right there, bringing him and spinning him back. However, it wasn't until he's got the first down.
So the Chieftains continue to move the ball effectively here in this third quarter. We're closing in on 4 minutes to play. Wapak has only had 1 possession. This one deep down the right side, and caught inside the 10 at the 8-yard line.
Yeah, and Locke was on the coverage, and he's complaining a little bit. I think there might have been a slight push right there in terms of Gorham. This is something they did in the first quarter. They just threw it up to him and say, hey, big man, go make a play. And this time he is able to do so. In this case, if he did push off just a tiny bit, it was not enough to where the referee warranted it to be a flag.
33 yards on the completion from Kennedy to Gorham. Boffman takes the handoff, left side, hit by Morgan as he got to the line of scrimmage, and he'll go down as he gets to the 6.
Yeah, a lot of penetration really disrupted that play. Morgan and Shane line right there to kind of clean it up. Very, very big goal line stand potential here for the Redskins. If they can keep them out of the end zone, hold them to a field goal attempt, it would be a really big win for them.
Second down and goal at the 6-yard line. Under 4 minutes to play, third quarter. Kennedy out of the shotgun, puts a man in motion. And he'll keep it himself. He goes forward, and he's going to be slapped down They're going to say it looked like the ball came loose, but they're going to say that he was down before he lost possession.
Yeah, kind of a slow developing play right there. You know, they were kind of faking the read option right there, but it was a called run all the way. As you can see, they were pulling the guard, and there was going to be a run all the way to that side. Crawford did a really good job shedding his block and stayed there to blow the play up.
This is the 11th play of this drive for Bellefontaine, and they're not known for long possessions. Two receivers to the left. Kennedy looking left side, and that pass incomplete, broken up in the end zone. Nice play by Lottridge.
Yeah, and it looks like they're going to possibly send the field goal unit out here. You know, in that 3rd and 6, must not have felt that they could run the ball in right there. Haven't been real successful on precise route running, quite frankly. You know, the only passes they've completed, you know, were deep passes, long passes, and then the one quick screen that was negated by penalty.
So Zach Schmidt will be out there to attempt a field goal. This would be, let's see, 16, about a 23-yarder. And the kick is up, and it is good. And the Bellefontaine Chieftains were fortunate that that kick got off at all.
It sure was. It was a low snap, and it really disrupted the rhythm of the kicker. Good credit to him to be able to make that.
So a good stop by the Wapak defense to keep them out of the end zone, but Bellefontaine with momentum here in the 3rd quarter. They trail 21-17. You're watching high school football on Game Face Ohio.
It's easy as 1, 2, 3. Just call on TSC. Part of your community. TSC. It's as easy as it can be.
Telephone, TV, internet too. We make it all so easy for you. Locally owned, fast service and more. We've got what you're looking for.
TSC. Give us a call and see. It's easy as 1, 2, 3. Call TSC.
Well, the Bellefontaine Chieftains are re-energized here in this 3rd quarter. They now trail 21-17. And Paul, we've seen two distinctively different kinds of drives out of them on their 2 possessions here in this half. They had one 2-play 61-yard drive for a touchdown, and then that last drive where they added the field goal, a 12-play 70-yard drive that covered 5 minutes and 10 seconds.
Yeah, both were very impressive. And add in the 3 and out the defense was able to get. Coach Toby Smith has got to be ecstatic with the way that they have really dominated this 3rd quarter. Coach Fry really needs to see some production this drive from his offense.
It'll be only their 2nd possession of the 2nd half. And with less than 3 minutes to go, 3rd quarter. Low kick, it'll be fielded at the 30-yard line. Good return to the 35, to the 40, to the 42-yard line. And on the return was Eaton. So the Redskins will have great field position to start their 2nd possession here.
And by the way, this really has nothing to do with the game, but just to speak of, you know, the discipline instilled by both coaching staffs, you know, I just kind of glanced out. It's still really hot out. You can look both sidelines. Everybody is up. Everybody has their helmet on. They're all in a straight line up and into the game with enthusiasm. Love to see that.
Takes the snap, handoff. Eaton going to be hit several times behind the line of scrimmage, and he'll go down inside the 40 at the 36-yard line.
Yeah, Chase Miller and Ryan Flesh right there for the big plays. Redskins really make their business by getting positive plays on 1st down. Last couple possessions, they've had negative plays on 1st down.
With the loss on that play of 5 yards, I believe that puts their offense at a net 0 for this 3rd quarter. Actually, I'm being corrected. 1 yard so far here in the 3rd quarter. Handoff up the middle. Not much going there for Schmergy, but he'll get positive yards up to the 38.
And again, this offense is really predicated on 3rd and short. And, you know, we're going to do Wapak the entire season, and I'll probably say that 100 times. You know, Coach
Looking
Fry
forward to it.
Coach Fry wants 3rd and short on every possession if they don't pick up a 1st down earlier than that. This is definitely what they want to avoid, 3rd and 13.
Morgan Fakes the handoff. He's got all kinds of pressure. Lobs it out. Schmergy left side. He's got room to run. Looking for the corner. He's going to be hit. He'll dive forward, and he picks up the first down.
Well executed screenplay there to Schmergy. They need 13 yards. They got about 13 and a half right there to be able to move the chains, and a critical third down conversion for the Redskins. Not the distance that they want to, but still they've been very, very good on third down conversions for this game.
Well, and Paul, if the Redskins are able to go down and put points on the board, either a field goal or a touchdown in this possession, all of that effort that Bellefontaine put into that third quarter can be wiped away pretty quickly. And now movement on the defensive line, and that's going to bring up positive yards for the Redskins here.
Yeah, and just I'll take a point with that. I don't think it'll wipe away everything they did because they know that they're capable of scoring a variety of different ways against this defense. They know that they can stop Wapak, but if they want to win this game, it's imperative that they kind of dig in and be able to get a stop here soon.
Eaton off the right side, not a lot there. He picks up a yard or two. They'll mark him at the 42-yard line, so a second down coming up.
And Schmergy coming in the ball game. Again, it's hot out there. Schmergy's playing both ways in very physical position. Linebacker on defense, and the primary ball carrier on offense. So it's very important that these kids get their rest, get a little break, get a lot of water, and stay hydrated.
Fasano wide to the near side. Here's the handoff. Schmergy left side. He'll go down to the 40-yard line and pick up a 2 on the play.
What I would say, one thing I do see a little bit different from the first half to this half is the line of scrimmage. The battle at the line of scrimmage. The Redskins were really moving and blowing them off the ball, in that first half. They usually pride themselves in wearing teams out and getting more and more. At least at this stage in the game in the third quarter, they're not winning the line of scrimmage like they were in the first half.
They're down and 2. Morgan will roll out. Looking downfield, he lobs it, and it's caught by by Eaton. He's down the near sideline, and he's into the end zone for the touchdown.
Great block downfield by Lockridge. Was able to make that for a touchdown. We've seen that bootleg a little bit earlier, about in the same distance, but the time before, Morgan decided to keep it running. This time, the defense came up. He threw it right over their head to Eaton for the big-time answer touchdown to put the Redskins back up by 2 scores.
And that play comes as time expires here in the third quarter. Heingardner out there to try to tack on the extra point. Kick is up. Kick is good. After 3 quarters of play, the 40-yard touchdown pass, Morgan to Eaton, gives the Redskins a 28-17 lead as we head to the final frame. You're watching high school football on Game Face, Ohio.
When you see an orange truck, you think G.A. Windsor & Son Company. But the next time you see an orange G.A. Windsor & Son truck, we want you to think green. Why green? Because G.A. Windsor & Son are the original recyclers. Using a modern fleet of trucks, G.A. Windsor & Son Company collects food co-products from restaurants, food retailers, and food manufacturers in Ohio, Indiana, Michigan, and Kentucky. These food co-products are used to manufacture quality livestock and pet care feed ingredients. So the next time you see an orange G.A. Windsor & Son truck, think green.
Back here for the start of the fourth quarter, the Redskins finally came to life in the second half with a 6-play, 59-yard drive that culminated with a 40-yard touchdown pass, Cody Morgan to Eaton. And Paul, that drive really kept alive by a big third down conversion.
Yeah, that 3rd and 13, at that time, for that quarter, Bellefontaine had the ball twice and scored twice, had a 3 and out, and if they were able to hold there for another 3 and out, Bellefontaine really could be riding a big wave of momentum in this game. Instead, Wapak picked it up on a big screen pass conversion to Schmergy, and then was able to continue a couple positive plays, capped off by the pass play to Eaton there to take this 11-point lead.
Gorham and Bumpman back at the 5-yard line and waiting the Heingardner kick. He puts the foot into it. It'll skip at the 10-yard line, and Gorham will scoop it up. He's back across the 20, cuts to the middle of the field to the 25, and down at the 27-yard line.
So, you know, for the Chieftains, you know, you still got to feel good about yourself. You're disappointed you gave up that long touchdown. However, you've scored every time you've had the ball in the second half. You've got a lot of ball game left to play. Let's just do what we do. We do need to probably put points on the board because we're down 2 possessions. But let's stay positive. We've done some good things the second half. Let's keep the momentum.
Kennedy will work out of the shotgun. He has 2 receivers to each side. He rolls out to the far side, looking for the corner. He finds it up across the 30. He'll go down to the 31-yard line. He stayed in bounds as he went down, so the clock will roll after a 3-yard pickup.
And kind of a strange play back there. It was an empty backfield, and Kennedy kind of faked the handoff to air right there. I don't know if that's a timing mechanism or what it was, but you know, it still did net them into a positive gain on first down.
3 receivers set now. Man in motion across the backfield. They lob it out. Gorham, he has it at the 35, and he'll go down as he gets to the 37-yard line, just short of the first down.
Yeah, that was a play that was negated by the penalty earlier that went for big yardage. At that time, Andrew Carruthers was very upset with himself because, you know, he kind of missed the block on Lockridge, that if he would have gotten a good block there, it would have went for another big gainer.
Kennedy by himself in the backfield on a 3rd down and a yard. He keeps it. Looking for a hole, he fights his way up to the 39-yard line, and it looks like it should be enough for a first down.
Yeah, and that's a nice individual effort because the Redskins did a pretty good job at the point of attack and pushing the ball back. Kennedy was able to, you know, find a little bit of crease and sneak ahead for the first down.
You mentioned it before, Paul, that there's a limited number of ways that you can run out of this style of offense, and Bellefontaine seems to have exhausted all of those ways.
I do want to note that Redskins have adjusted. Instead of playing 3 down linemen, they're playing 4 down linemen now, which is helping against the run a little bit.
Nice pass by Kennedy out to Gorham to the left side. He'll be a yard short of the first down.
You know, when we talked to Coach Smith, you know, he talked about A.J. Gorham's probably going to have to play a pretty big game for them as well as Kennedy if they're going to win this game. And we're starting to see that a little bit.
And Kennedy definitely seems to have loosened up a little bit as far as the passing game goes. 5 receivers to pick from this time. On a 2nd down and 1, and Kennedy will keep it himself. He's across midfield, spun around, and he goes down at the 47.
And that time Smirgy was able to get right at the ankles and trip him up. Still not before the first down was gained. And again, the Chieftains are starting to do a little bit better job in executing their offense.
So 1st down and 10, just inside the Wapakoneta 47-yard line. This time Boffman in the backfield with Kennedy on his left hip. Kennedy getting the play call from the sideline, hands it off Boffman, up the middle, not much there. He'll get up to about the 45-yard line, a gain of a couple on the play.
Yeah, Shane Lyon right there in the middle, and I'm impressed with this sophomore as well. Number 85, Corey Crawford, doing a really good job getting himself involved on the end. Now, that being said, he probably doesn't make that play if Shane Lyon doesn't kind of get him in the middle as well.
So a 2nd down and 8 coming up from the Redskin 45-yard line. Kennedy looks to the sideline. Now the snap. He'll roll out left side, looking. Escapes one tackler. Stays on his feet. He's going to go up the sideline before he's knocked out of bounds on the far sideline by Adam Henderson after a gain of a couple.
Yeah, Kennedy was rolling to the left where he only had 2 receivers, and the Redskins had 4 defenders right there. Absolutely no one was open. Made the best play that he could have out of that situation. Had a really short gain, and truthfully stopping the clock, even though it's not critical at this stage in the game. You know, when you're down 2 possessions, you know, it's good to save that 20, 30 seconds that would normally kind of go off in the situation.
No gain on the play, brings up a 3rd down and 8. Kennedy has operated out of the shotgun all night. He is back, lobs it back across the field and incomplete, intended for Boffman. And I think for the Chieftains, they dodged a bullet having that one go incomplete.
Yeah, they were fooled. No one was fooled on that screen attempt to Boffman right there. Be interesting to see what the Chieftains do here. There's 8:34 left to go in the game in the fourth quarter. You know, there's a good chance that normal circumstances you wouldn't go for it, but when you're down 2 scores here, if you want to win the game, you should probably go for it here.
Well, Kennedy is their kicker, so if they decide to go that route, he can still punt the ball away.
Look for Gortham right here. He's in the near slot, possibly on a wheel route.
4th and 8. Kennedy back to pass, fires it over the middle of the field, incomplete, and a flag comes down. That looks like they're going to get him for pass interference.
Yeah, and that's probably actually a good call. Martin was all over the back of Darian Hughes right there. Unfortunate because I'm not sure he would have caught it anyway, but there was definite contact on there prior to the ball being there.
So that'll be a 15-yard penalty against the Redskins, and it keeps this drive going for Bellefontaine.
And for all intents and purposes, keeps the game going, because if the Redskins take over there, you know, that might have been ball game over. Here's a instant replay. And we can see the replay. He's there just maybe a little early, but with the arm, that was probably a clean play. It was contact on the back is what they really would have called that for.
Kennedy keeps it himself. He's going to get up to the 26-yard line. 4-yard gain on first down. This will be the 10th play of this drive coming up for Bellefontaine. So for Coach Smith, he's got to be happy with some of the drives that his Chieftains have been able to put together.
This has been a very good second half for the Bellefontaine Chieftains. Win or lose, you know, considering what they're coming from, you know, Coach Smith has a lot of positives to take from this game.
Lob that one out left side. Gora makes the catch. He'll dive forward to the 21-yard line. He'll be about a yard shy of the first down, a pickup of 5.
And that was a very dangerous looking play right there. A lot of hands were there, and Gortham able to kind of scoop the ball up from the shoe top and actually go ahead to make that a very positive play in a 3rd and, you know, about 1.5 yards now.
Ball at the 21-yard line on the Wapakoneta side of the field. Kennedy takes a snap, handoff, Boffman up the middle. He'll get inside the 20-yard line. We'll see where they spot it. I think he got another first down.
Yeah, he's down to the 19, moves the chain, 7:09 left, still a lot of time. You can still run almost any play in your playbook for the Chieftains, and again, they need to get points on this possession.
2 receivers wide, near side to the right, 1 to the far side left. Handoff. Boffman, and he will fall forward and pick up maybe a yard.
Yeah, Isaac Kirby right there for the play, coming in on the blitz from his linebacker spot to blow that play up.
So under 7 minutes to play, 2nd down and 9 coming up for the Chieftains. It is just incredible how much different this team looks in this second half than they did in the first half. Three receivers wide to the right. Kennedy thought about the pass. Well, I'm not sure he actually thought about it. He just tucked it and ran. And now a flag down.
And I don't know if there might have been a little bit of extracurricular right after that play that they threw the flag about. We'll see. In the meantime, a little bit of delay on the play, you know, allowed for the defensive ends. Both Stauffer and Crawford were able to get there for the play.
It's going to go against the Redskins.
Yeah, illegal helmet contact was the call. It's a big, important call there against the Redskins because that does give us a 1st and goal at the 9-yard line.
6:13 left in the game, 28-17, Redskins with the lead, but the Chieftains are threatening again. Kennedy has some time, lobs it right side, looking for Gorham. He overthrew him in the right corner.
We're in a little slant corner route right there. You know, that is a really tough play to defend in man coverage, and Gorham appears to be shaken up after that, which would be a huge loss grabbing either his calf or his ankle. And we think that might be a cramp in his right leg. He's running a slant corner, which in man coverage is really tough to defend. And he was open, but it's a really difficult pass to complete because you have to throw over top of the defender and drop it in to be able to make the catch.
Well, we hope that it's just a cramp, because Gorham has put together a pretty exciting ball game here tonight. Let's take a break with 5:59 left in our game. The Redskins with a 28-17 lead, but the Chieftains are threatening. You're watching high school football on Game Face Ohio.
Combine internet, telephone, and cable, and what do you get? Big savings. That's right. With TSC's bundling package, Emerge, you can combine your high-speed internet, telephone, and cable and save lots of money. Watch the convenience emerge, watch the great service emerge, and watch your savings emerge. So call today and bundle all of your services with the local company you know and trust, TSC.
TSC. Give us a call and see. It's easy as 1, 2, 3. Call TSC.
5:59 left in the fourth quarter here at Harmon Field, and Gorham able to run off the field, so that was just a cramp. Kennedy out of the shotgun. He's sitting at 97 yards rushing on the night. Takes the snap. Has some time. Now he's going to run it. He will go up the middle. He lost the ball, and it's going to be covered. Still loose now.
I think Henderson's got it.
Redskins got a hand on it. We'll see who can. It will be the Redskin ball.
Yep, Adam Henderson with a big ball game here for the Redskins. Has a touchdown rushing, receiving, and now the big fumble recovery here to save, not necessarily save the game, but with 5:50 left, you know, to keep the Chieftains out of the end zone and maintain.
Here you see Kennedy taking off to the right side. The ball stripped out of there by number 85, Corey Crawford. And then Henderson covering it.
So Corey Crawford, the big sophomore with the big strip, and then Henderson, although only a junior, kind of the more veteran player, able to jump on the ball, and the Redskins have to breathe a sigh of relief a little bit after being able to get that stop.
And now one of the, looks like another one of the Chieftains might be cramping up there.
Yeah, as we mentioned before, I'm kind of surprised we haven't seen more of this with how hot and humid that it's been. You know, it looks like it's number 85 for Bellefontaine, Daniel Boy. He's been playing both ways offensively and playing wide receiver on offense. You know, hopefully it is just a cramp and get enough fluids, and maybe we'll hopefully see him back in the ball game.
Well, they'll help him off the field here. That's his second turnover tonight, Paul, for Bellefontaine. And one of those things that when you're trying to rebuild a program and you're coming off a 1-8 season like this Chieftain team is from last year, they're the kind of mistakes that really cost you games.
Well, again, as I mentioned, you know, they're still obviously trying to win this ball game, but the Redskins are a very, very good team. And I think this really bodes well for the Chieftains if they're able to put together the second half that they did here for them to be able to compete in their Central Buckeye League, where they're playing the likes of Tecumseh, Springfield, Shawnee, Tippecanoe, Kenton Ridge, Stevens. You know, some good football, but again, compared to the quality they're seeing with Wapak, you know, I think they're definitely going to win some ball games this year.
First down and 10 for the Redskins at their own 20-yard line. Here's a handoff. Left side, Schmergy. He's got room. Still on his feet. And he will be wrestled down from behind as he gets across the 45 to the 49-yard line.
Tremendous run. Unbalanced line that time to the left-hand side. And usually kind of a trend that I'm seeing here with the unbalanced line, it's been Schmergy on the carry between the tackles. And what we've seen before here through the replays, a lot of those carries by the fullback position gain big yards when they start to bend the ball back to the middle of the field. You know, we kind of saw that a lot, you know, back in the day, a couple of years ago with Connor Pickens. You know, the Redskins are going to make their living on kind of the bend back on those plays.
29-yard run for Schmergy sets up the Redskins at their own 49-yard line. Here is Henderson. He goes off the left side. He's got room. He's hit once, but stays on his feet and fights his way down inside the 25 to the 23-yard line.
And Wyatt Harrison, the left guard, had a tremendous block, just driving his man down the field. Here's this replay. Hopefully we're able to see this.
It's going to come right at you.
Henderson breaking up the sideline right there, but just tremendously blocked. The big guys making hay here in the fourth quarter for the Redskins.
22-yard scamper for Henderson. And I think we have a timeout on the field here with 4:37 remaining in the ball game. The Wapakoneta with a 28-17 lead, and they're threatening again. You're watching high school football on Game Face Ohio. 4:37 left in the game. The Redskins with a 28-17 lead, and they're putting together a pretty good possession here. Carried down to the 20-yard line for Schmergy.
And there's unbalanced lines, and then there's that formation that I saw right there. Generally what an unbalanced line is, they take the tackle and move him to the other side, but then they put a tight end or at least a wide receiver on that side. On that formation, there was one player on the left-hand side of the center, and that was it.
That was the fourth play of this drive. The Redskins have covered 70 yards in those 4 plays. Posada, the lone wideout, he lines up to the left. Handoff up the middle, down inside the 20 to about the 17-yard line. Schmergy again.
There you see Coach Fry, good shot of him with his junior quarterback, Cody Morgan. Again, as you mentioned before, Kyle Gibson had been the quarterback, 3-year quarterback, I believe, for the Redskins. Unfortunately, got injured against, I believe, Otto Glandorf last year. And then as a sophomore, Cody Morgan went from being a player that played some wide receiver and played defense to now being the starting quarterback. And we're starting to see some of that experience pay off for him here in this game.
There's a stop for the Chieftains as they got into the backfield early and shut down Schmergy. Chance Rose with the stop. He made the tackle from behind on Schmergy's big run earlier in this drive. He's 5'11", 225. He's a junior and he's athletic. Timeout going to be called here late in the fourth quarter.
And we have a 4th down here, so 4th and 4. You know, Coach Fry, it looks like he's going to keep his offense out there and really try to put the game away by picking up the first down. You know, his other option, Billy Heingartner's got the leg enough, I believe, to make a field goal, put you up 14 points. But again, Coach Fry, you know, his attitude usually is he has the ultimate confidence in his offense on 4th downs. So there's a lot of times when other coaches may kick the ball in some way, shape, or form, and he's saying, offense, I have faith in you, go win the game for us.
A 4th and 4. And really, if you don't convert on this 4th down, you still have the Chieftains buried deep in their own territory. So they would have a long way to go and not a lot of time to make up the 2 scores that they need. Morgan will bring him to the line of scrimmage. It's Eaton and Schmergy behind him. Handoff will go to Henderson on the misdirection, and he will scamper into the end zone for a touchdown.
3rd time we've seen that counter play this time, and they've worked every single time. This is the first time we've seen Henderson carry the ball out of that counter play. That's his 2nd touchdown rushing, his 3rd one overall for the game. Put on top of it here, we see the replay here on the inside handoff counter play. Perfectly blocked, great call, and Adam Henderson having a tremendous ball game when you factor in especially the defensive plays he's made with the fumble recovery.
Heingartner out to attempt the extra point. Kick is up, and it's good. So with 3:08 remaining in our ball game, the Redskins gave themselves some breathing room. 35-17, they have the lead. You're watching high school football on Game Face Ohio.
Strength is about so much more than the body. It's about being together, serving, sharing, and caring for those around us. It's about keeping score in the heart rather than on a scoreboard. Be a part of a community that builds more than your body. at the Wapakoneta Family YMCA. When you see an orange truck, you think G.A. Windsor & Son Company. But the next time you see an orange G.A. Windsor & Son truck, we want you to think green. Why green? Because G.A. Windsor & Son are the original recyclers. Using a modern fleet of trucks, G.A. Windsor & Son Company collects food co-products from restaurants, food retailers, and food manufacturers in Ohio, Indiana, Michigan, and Kentucky. These food co-products are used to manufacture quality livestock and pet care feed ingredients. So the next time you see an orange G.A. Windsor & Son truck, think green.
3:08 left in our ball game. The Redskins with an impressive last possession. They add a touchdown on an 18-yard run by Adam Henderson. The Heingartner kick made it a 35-17 lead for the Redskins. That capped a 7-play, 91-yard drive that was set up by the fumble recovery. 2 minutes, 42 seconds off the clock for the Skins. This ball will hit and get past the return man into the end zone for a touchback.
Well, really, in Wapak with a 91-yard drive to basically put the game away here with just over 3 minutes left to go in the game. However, the Chieftains, really put together a game effort, coming into, the second half. Played very, very well. Obviously, a very costly turnover there inside the 10-yard line. Partially set up by that cramp, unfortunately, by one of their best receivers. Really limited what they were probably going to do offensively with him off the field.
Kennedy will work out of the shotgun. He has 3 receivers to his right, 1 to the far side left. He rolls out near side of the field, fires it, caught by Gorham, diving toward the sideline at the 27.
Gorham, actually, that was a tremendous route right there. Lottridge had good coverage. We called that a fin route when I was in college, where it looks like you're running a curl, but then you kind of pivot all the way out. You might not see it till the end. Looks like he's kind of running an out pattern, but he really started off running a little hook and then made basically a 720 all the way to the other side. 270, excuse me. Math was a little bit off my angles. I'm sorry about that.
I don't know how many times you turned around. Gorham will line up in the slot on the far side of the field with 2:45 remaining in our game. Kennedy looks to the sideline for the play. Rolls out left side, looking downfield. Now he'll tuck it and run. He brings it back to the near side, cuts it up the middle at the 40, and he slides down at the 44-yard line. Nice run by Kennedy. That puts him well over 100 yards on the night.
And Nick Steinke in there off the bench to be able to tackle for Wapak.
Another look at Kennedy eluding trouble and getting the positive yards.
Yeah, but just
he ends up with 16 on the play. Excuse me, Paul.
And that's fine. And Stauffer with just a little bit too much penetration early, so Kennedy never had a chance to really scan downfield for the pass.
Kennedy will line up with the 4 receivers, takes it himself up the middle of the field. He dives to midfield after a gain of 6 on the play. Under 2 minutes to play now. These two teams both in action again next week. This Bellefontaine team will be back home to take on Sydney. We'll be back here at Harmon Field as this Redskin team hosts a very talented Kenton ball club.
And for early in the season, the WBL rotates. That was the last game of the season last year where the Redskins eliminated Kenton from playoff contention with the win. Kenton is being talked about by a lot of people as a favorite for the Western Buckeye League. And, this Wapak team feels pretty good about their chances for a successful season this year. So an early Western Buckeye League showdown next week.
Watch for the end of this play. Kennedy takes kind of a pop to the head. He was a little bit slow to get up. He seems a little bit shaken out there. 1st and 10 after the run by Kennedy at the 38-yard line of the Redskins. Man in motion, and that ball, and it's going to be picked off on the far side of the field. I believe that was Henderson, who has just had a tremendous night.
Yeah, we don't really give out a player of the game, but if we did, I'm pretty sure Mr. Henderson would be the recipient of it. obviously 3 touchdowns on offense, a fumble recovery, and interception. And we saw a little bit earlier before where they tried to run this quick screen that it was dangerous looking right there. This time he was all about that press coverage, came up, made the interception, and basically the game was being put away as the Redskins come out in victory formation.
So it'll just be up to Morgan to take a knee a couple of times. And you know when the coaches are checking out of the press box, the game is over.
That's always a good sign. As Coach Sammons and Coach Fry, the younger one, Mr. Bo Fry, is heading down there to go and talk about this Redskin victory. But again, very competitive game here, a very fun game to watch. Bellefontaine easily could have maybe packed it in at halftime, down 2 touchdowns, but they came out and really made a game out of it. And I think they have a lot of positives to go forth into the season.
That'll be up to Coach Smith to convey that to his players and motivate them for next week when they go to take on Sydney back at home. So the final seconds will tick off here at Harmon Field, and the Redskins will start off the 2013 season with a solid victory over the Bellefontaine Chieftains by a final score of 35-17. We'll be back to wrap this one up after this. You're watching high school football on Game Face Ohio.
Sure, you don't need a set-top box to watch cable, but without one, you're not getting everything your TV has to offer. Add a set-top box from TSC to your television and get more channels. Get a channel guide that tells you all about the shows. Run multiple devices through one universal remote, and you can even add DVR and HD channels. Get everything your TV has to offer with a set-top box. Call TSC and ask for your set-top box today.
It's easy as 1, 2, 3, call TSC.
Who do I call?
Since 1946, home and business owners have trusted Frost Roofing to help make the best roofing decision for their home building and budget.
Do you guarantee your work?
With an industry-leading 50-year labor and materials guarantee on select CertainTeed shingles, Frost Roofing has you covered.
So what if I decide to move?
Frost will transfer this incredible warranty to the new owners, increasing the value of your home.
Church, home, or business, Frost Roofing offers you the comfort of knowing your roofing system is guaranteed by a professional roofing contractor.
Welcome back to Harmon Field, where the Redskins celebrate an opening win to this 2013 season by a final score of 35-17. The Redskins, with a dominant second quarter in the first half, were able to build that lead and take the 21-7 lead into the break. But Bellefontaine came out a different team in the second half. They scored quickly on their opening possession of the second half. In just 32 seconds, they put up a touchdown on 2 plays and 61 yards to make it 21-17. They were then able to get the ball back again and add a field goal to make it 21-17 before Wapak woke up in the second half and dominated the rest of the way. A 40-yard touchdown pass from Morgan to Eaton at the end of the third quarter, and then an 18-yard run by Henderson with 3:08 left in the fourth quarter to seal things off and end this 35-17 win for the Redskins. So a strong finish despite a bump in the middle for the Redskins tonight, Paul.
Yeah, and Wapak able to win their 4th in a row in this series against Bellefontaine, but this one a much more competitive game against probably a much improved Chieftain team.
Let's go ahead and take a look at final statistics for this one.
Bellefontaine, after being dominated really in the first half, being doubled up, really kind of was able to even things out. First downs, Wapak still won 21-19. Overall, the net yards really close. Wapak finished with 366, Bellefontaine with 326, and probably the real big surprise is Bellefontaine ended up with about 245 yards rushing for the game. Looking quickly just at the individual stats, mostly led by Jake Kennedy. He finished with 131 yards rushing, only 6 for 14 passing for 92 yards. And we should mention A.J. Gorham with 6 catches, all catches for 92 yards. For Wapak, Smurgy led the way with 112 yards rushing. However, Adam Henderson, pretty much the player of the game, 73 yards rushing, 2 touchdowns rushing, 1 touchdown receiving. Eaton chipped in with 29 yards. Morgan, 7 for 9 passing, very efficient for 133 yards and 2 touchdowns. Henderson mentioned with the touchdown, Eaton with the 40-yard catch, and finally tight end, we can't forget my favorite, the tight end, Jared Smith with 3 catches to lead the way at 37 yards.
Henderson also chipped in defensively with the interception late in the game and a fumble recovery that really killed a Bellefontaine drive. Paul, Coach Fry talked about the 3 games to start this season. Prior to this game, he said these 3 games to start this season are some of the toughest contests he's had to prepare for at the beginning of the season. And next week, Kenton comes to town.
Yeah, I mentioned right there at the end, Kenton, we don't have the final score yet, but leading a very tough Coldwater team, and that would be an early showdown for the Western Buckeye League to start the Western Buckeye League season.
So we'll have that game for you next week here on Game Face Ohio. But the Redskins off to a good start on this 2013 season with the victory here tonight over the Chieftains. We want to thank all of the crew that makes the game possible, all the guys on cameras out in the truck, Todd Utrup, our director, and our stat guy, AJ, who did a fantastic job, as always, tonight. And those are the guys that do the hard work that makes it easy for us to do. The final score here tonight, the Wapakoneta Redskins 35, the Chieftains 17. For Paul Sadler, I'm Dan Hearn. We'll take you out with highlights of tonight's ball game. You've been watching it on Game Face Ohio.